Welcome back, welcome home. This is Shane. Today I wanted to talk about shiny object syndrome. Something that if you are starting a business, if you're in business, I think this is something that might be something you've heard or something you definitely know about. And what it is chasing objects or chasing ideas and things you think are going to be quick fixes that as soon as you get them, they start to fizzle out. Like the excitement of getting it's kind of fizzles, right? So you start chasing another one, and all this time you're bouncing around from new thing to new thing and fizzling it out. You're spending all of that time and energy avoiding the one thing that you know you should be doing in order to get your goals and your desires to actually come true, right? And it's a great analogy and a metaphor that I thought about that is like relationships, right? So a lot of people get into relationships and they call it the honeymoon stage, right? So you get into these relationships, you think everything's perfect, everything's great, this is the one, we're in love, everything's perfect, and then slowly over time, everyone calls it like a grace period, or like I said, the honeymoon phase, where nothing is wrong, and then you start to realize everybody has something, right? And it's not necessarily wrong, it's just everyone's their own person, everyone has their own personality. So you start chasing that, and then for a lot of people it's all right, well, this person, I'm not interested in this person anymore because they're not making me feel good. It's not making me feel good. I don't feel good about this, so I need to let this go and go find something else or somebody else that's going to make me feel good again. And it's all of these things are short-lived, right? These shiny objects or these honeymoon relationships, they're all very short-lived, and it's because they're very surface level, right? So there's not really anything you need to do to dive deep into understanding what's behind all of that. It's very easy to stay surface level in a lot of things because it doesn't take much effort. The problem with surface level is that's exactly what it is. It stays on the surface. You don't get an opportunity to really dive in and see what it's really all about and what it really takes to be successful with that thing or that person. And guys, this is something I've dealt with a long time. It's the majority of my life. It's until this last year, really, where I've understood the importance of knowing my values and what those values actually mean. Until then, I was 100% on the train of shiny object. I loved chasing new things and always thought that this new thing I'm chasing is definitely going to be the thing. That's going to be the one. 100% know it this time. And for any of my family and friends who know me obviously well enough can attest to that. It's not easy to get away from because it's a quick dopamine fix, right? So you get the quick fix like a junkie. You get that feeling of awesomeness, and as soon as it starts to fizzle, you need another hit, right? That's the issue with that. So the adversity that you have to overcome in order to get past that issue is difficult. But one thing I would love if you guys write it down, if you guys just remember this, is something I've been really putting into my own head lately is this: get comfortable with the uncomfortable, because unless you become comfortable with the uncomfortable, you're never going to get anywhere or change anything with yourself or your life. And that's just something I've thought about lately, probably due to the fact that I've jumped into a completely new industry this past year. It's something I've never really done before. My whole life was mostly physical work and cooking or manual labor, so it was always something to do with my hands. It always was something to do with physical activity, which I'm not knocking. I loved it. At the time when I was doing it, it served its purpose in the time that I was doing that in my life. And then I switched over to a completely new industry with a completely new set of ideas and goals and understanding of what it is. And for I think a lot of us, if you're seeing this year, it's 2020, that there's been a lot of big changes with everything going on. The pandemic, the political vibe that's been out there, and just a lot of polarizing effects on people that it's really helped me understand that something needed to change, right? These were like these aha moments where something needed to change. And so I decided to pivot and go in a different route. When people are getting shut down, I thought to myself, well, I could go either one of two ways, right? I could either fall back into the typical way of blaming everyone else, or woe is me, and the world is doing this to us, and we can't do anything about this, so we should just sit here and just wait it out. Or you can go the other direction and say, well, because of this, I have an opportunity to change who I am and what I want to do, and I have a chance to really make a difference for myself in a time specifically like this, where a lot of things, are shut down, or you have you're almost incapable of doing all of the things you were able to do physically before. With all the new restrictions, you have to start looking inward, and that is not easy for a lot of people, including myself. I mean, it's still not easy. That's the part I'm actually getting pretty excited about, is the fact that it isn't easy and it's taking a lot of effort. It's giving me purpose to wake up in the morning to tackle a new challenge about myself, things that I've suppressed for such a long time, relationship-wise and this and that. So instead of doing what I always did, which was get frustrated and just find another avenue, chase down the next best thing, I really dug myself in and understood that this is going to take a long time. This isn't going to be an overnight thing, and I know I will be successful about everything I want to do, because I'm seeing it in a different light now, and what success means, it has a different meaning to me. It's not about necessarily the financials 100% only. It's more about the clarity that I'm getting about what I want to do and who I want to be, and how I want to bring my life to others, and what I want to be able to provide other people with my values. And I was doing reading this morning, and if you guys haven't read the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, it's by Stephen Covey. I suggest reading it if you're interested in knowing more about getting out of your own way and really coming into becoming the best version of yourself you can be. And one thing that hit me today, and this was it really set me on this. The reason for this video today was that, and I hope you guys have a minute to really listen to this, because I think it could really determine if you're ready to change, or if you're even interested in changing. And it was this. So he said, first off, make sure you're in a place where you can focus and you're not going to be distracted by anything. So if you're listening to this, I would suggest that if you want to know more about this, to make sure you're focused in a place where you're not going to be distracted, so you can really hear this out and understand what it is. So picture this. You're driving up and you're about to get to a funeral. You park your car, you go inside, you start seeing all the people in the funeral home that you know. It's your mother, your aunts, your uncles, your family, your friends, some work colleagues, if that's the thing. You start looking around, you start seeing all the emotion in people's faces. You start noticing what they're feeling, what they're seeing, what they're talking amongst themselves about. And you start understanding that everyone's there for the same reason. So you start walking towards the casket. It's an open casket. You see all the memorial stuff around it. And you look down into the casket and you see the person that's in there, and you recognize them because it's the same person you see in the mirror every day. And that alone right there just hit me so much, because the next part that he started talking about, he said, knowing that that's going to happen to all of us, what do you want those people that are there for your funeral to have remembered about what you've done with yourself in your life? And it was just something that, it hit me right to my core, because it's so fucking true that if you are able to look at who you are and where you're going and what you've done and what you want to do with your life, the people who are going to see you when you die, what are they going to remember? What are they going to want to say about you, right? And it's not that I'm saying you should do things because you care about what other people are thinking about you, but it's more about what are the things you've done in your life that you know are going to be the things that you're proud of, that other people are going to be proud to know you because of, right? I don't know if I need to go any farther than that today. I honestly think that one right there was kind of the icing on the cake for me this morning. After hearing that, it really put a lot of things in perspective, and I just knew that I had to share. Whether I have one or a million people watching this, if no one watches this, I hope that if you do see this, you get some sort of value out of it. And if you do, don't hesitate to leave me a comment down below what you think, what some of your takeaways might have been. And if you're seeing this on YouTube, if you're interested in these type of topics, then hit the subscribe button. If you get value out of it, hit the subscribe button and be on the lookout for more videos coming. If you're seeing this somewhere else, again, just drop a comment. Share this with somebody that you might think it could help. That even more than anything, guys. Even if you don't want to subscribe and get notifications or anything, if you think this if this video has helped you and you think it could help somebody else or a group of people, if you're watching somewhere where you can tag somebody, go ahead and tag somebody if you want. If not, share the video with somebody, and I hope that they get as much value as you did out of this. And I'm glad that you were here to see this today. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here, and I look forward to some more content for you in the future. Have a great day.